They took the risk. They dedicated years. They rolled the dice on whether they were just blowing up careers. And now everybody wants a piece of them. And now everything that was hard is suddenly excessively easy. And funding is, funding is there to be had, and potentially, and almost always comes with strings. So there are the situations of really well-intentioned people who have had profound life-changing experiences, or who have suffered great tragedy, some trauma in their life or family or addiction, and just simply believe, and God bless them. And there are others that are coming in and saying, hey, we can make all your dreams come true, and we own the data afterwards, right? Or you've been laboring, you've been fighting the good fight within a nonprofit, taking marginal pay offset by the purpose you believe you're serving. And then suddenly you're acqui-hired. Somebody says, hey, how would you like to make 4 times as much? How would, this is the Walter White conundrum, right? Here's the most amazing lab with all the things, and it can be yours. And all you need to do is work for us and make your good shit. And so artists, most researchers are in some respect, right? They are devotees of their craft. And they're suddenly, I can make more money in a year than I have in 5 or 10. I may have a family. I may have grad school loans. I'm a human making choices. And they're offered these sweetheart deals, and they don't notice the strings in the back, or they don't appreciate the implications of the fine print. And they end up becoming in some form of indentured servitude to a corporate machine that hasn't actually fully displayed their full intentions or where this goes. This is a little bit like the Jurassic Park scientist, Walter White, Jurassic Park, right? It's so similar. I just wanted to do the pure science. What happened? And then by the time they realize what's happening, want to put on the brakes, they too are stitched up. And so you also see that, there's a loss of human capital. So there's an awful lot of poaching from the long-term nonprofit social benefit organizations. And their best and brightest are getting picked off. And you're also having a situation where for-profit companies are making lavish overtures at first. And whether that's donations to MAPS or it's funding certain studies, and they're capitalizing on the halo effect of affiliation with these well-known brands in the space. And then later they do a pivot. And whether that's changing their corporate entity status from nonprofit to for-profit, whether that's turning into, we're going to be the next goop of psychedelics, or whatever their stands are. And they are somewhat, I think you could make a case, cynically leveraging that and muddying the waters, or muddying the optics of affiliation, so that other folks will come in and go, well, if MAPS is signed off on these guys, and Usona's here, and Hopkins there's a little badge or there's a little quote, then these guys must be okay also. But there's a little bit of kind of being led down the garden path to some very different outcomes.